So we're back with a brand new product. This time we are checking out Fountains from the Op. This is a game for people who are 10 and up. It ranges 1 to 5 players, and the game should last about 30 to 45 minutes. Let's open this game up. It is a very, very beautiful game in which you are building fountains around a city, transforming the gardens and plazas. It is a game designed by Kedric Winks with art from Shaun Ellis. There we go. Love that. I love when they do beautiful art inside the box. It's usually forgotten, so it's nice to see it not be so much so. A manual, some tokens to punch out. And this is where you're going to see a lot of work because there's a lot of these thick foam pieces that you have to punch out from the game. But these are very just thick pieces. It's really cool. This is actually going to build the game up. But there's just so many different ones here to basically punch out. Inside the box, we've got some tokens, some additional baggies, a set of cards, and some more already punched out tokens, which is nice. Little box holder piece. And then very clearly, we have a box insert to build. So let's get to that. We'll be right back. Okay, so the box is really cool the way it's set up. It holds all the pieces in here. You've got spaces for the starting tokens, then you have the center tokens, all these pieces of fountain, as well as the cross sections all there, and then your extra pawn pieces go here. The frame is really easy to build and simple, but it's really cool to have that in there. Normally what you do is you pull the pieces out that match how many players you're playing in the game, you set them out. There's a certain amount of tiles per like group of play, but right now we're just going to run this dirty and fast so you kind of see how the game works. There are player cards that will specifically showcase how to play. You move 1, 2, or 3 spaces with a pawn. Then you take the token or tile that it lands on in its space to add to your fountain. There's also a thing called rewards that trigger. So for instance, if you were to land the green token here, then you are able to, 1, get the piece that matches that, which would be one of these pieces to add to your fountain. But then at the end, when it's reward phase, you would affect the green ability. The green ability specifically is for every tile that has a lily pad, it's going to specifically count those up in the group and you get points based on how many lily pads you have. And the levels up will actually affect like how many points per that lily pad. Additionally, coins is another factor. That's going to be, once you place a token that has coins in it, it's going to then give you instantly 5 points for that token as long as a like flow of water is placed into it. Now, because the pawns are on the board, other players can't take the exact same space that was just taken when they take their turn because you can't have more than 1 pawn on 1 place. So that's kind of like your decision how you're kind of locked in. And if you do land on this space here, you get to take one of these little bonus tokens. These bonus tokens will go on to any point in a fountain and will replace a space, and they don't move unless they're either covered with another bonus token or another fountain. And those will basically be available for pointing because there's other rewards that affect, like for instance, there is pawns. You get points for how many pawns you actually have. You have fishes. It gives you points for how many fishes you have. And then the coins, as we already covered. Now the game also has additional features before we go into the regular play, and these are like coin cards, like specifically cards to go for advanced play, and they have a gear token you place over a pawn, which represents the mechanical extra player that you're playing against, a steampunk fountain, if you will. But we're not going to go into that because that's a little bit more complex play. But on your turn, you take your token that matches yours and you put it on the board at start where it's 0. And if you do go around, you can add the extra points. I already made it 1-on-1, so you kind of stack that up before the game ends. And the game officially ends when you have run out of at least one of the stacks of fountain tiles that you would normally place. So That's why you have them for 2 players to be 8 per stack. So you want to keep track of that and use it as you go through. But we're just going to show you how to put together the fountains as you go through. So the first thing we'll select this one here. Now for a fountain, you can't have a fountain hang over and have dead space underneath it. It has to fully encompass the ground and be connected on that, as well as have 2 of the brown spaces connect to brown spaces. So like that would be a connection there. And that would allow this fountain pours down into this one. Now for the sake of my fountain, I've got a fish in it, and then I've got 5 coins. Because the water is connected, I get to take my token and move it forward 5. Then play would go to the next person. They would move. They choose this one here, and they have to connect the brown spaces, and there we have another fountain. Then it would go back again to the next player. That player would then move here. And then I'd connect my fountain there. 2 brown spots are connecting and the water flows through, allowing me a group with at least 2 lily pads if lily pads are in the game. We didn't track the score on this one for lily pads because we didn't have any lily pads in any of the fountains at the time, so there wasn't any issue. And there's no score that's added immediately every turn. It's just when the scoring affects or when you get coins instantly that happens then. And you can see how beautifully you kind of just build these fountains as you're going. I removed a fish, but I did add another layer. So now this pool flows down to here, flows down there to there. Everything is solid. If you do somehow build a pool that doesn't connect in any way, shape, or form, you're going to lay down one of these pond scum tokens that's going to go in there and let people know, and that way they're able to, for instance, cover that space. Their turn. Once you have revealed a token, you replace it on the board for those. And again, as you see, you build them more and more and more. They're going to get brighter and more vibrant and more additional features. So then maybe, for instance, this person would want, there, because they were just building up the lily pad, they get to grab one of these pieces here. And now we're going to score the lily pads. So it's within a group. So if they're separated, like this one separated from the group, that won't count. But this one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that right there is going to be 5 points. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 points for them as well. As you see, the score is tracking up and up and up. Nice. You do get to see the next token on the board before you take your next turn. The point for that being is that you can see what would benefit your space better. So on your turn, you can cover up a space, like one of these darkened spaces on there, or any space that already has an actual benefit on it. So for instance, this water coming up and flowing down is beneficial, but also we have another lily pad. So if we get another one of those lily pad ones, we'd have a group of 5, which is pretty solid. So they're well aware of what they just did. They specifically chose to go into fishes with the white one. That triggers the fish abilities. What that does for fishes is the person that plays the card lands on it, gets to choose what color fish the score will be by. So they're going to choose, for instance, it's going to be the orange fishes because I have more orange fishes on this one than they have on theirs. So that's 1 and 2 orange fishes. So they're going to go up 2 points. And on this one, while I do have the multicolor koi, I'll only go up 1 point. So it is connected in the flow of water. It is fully supported, and it gives me initial 5 points just for being placed down with the coins. And now we basically do what we landed on, which is the pools. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pools for them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, this actually doesn't have a flow, unfortunately. So these two, because water can't flow up. So these are currently unattached, are unable to be scored for points. If we do, however, put a fountain into it, it will be instantly removing those pond scum. But as it stands right now, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pools. And now it's their turn. They want to get to be able to add the fountain to that space, so they're going to move off of this one and see if they're able to get a no water feature, unfortunately. So that's going to go nicely, and because of that, they do get the 5 points because the water flow does flow out of it. So we are building up speed here. On their turn, they will take advantage of moving here. Place a water flow over this lily pad, and therefore activate all of those spaces once again, allowing water flow to go into them. Well, I think we're going to stop it here, but you can see here, if we were to end the game, you basically would go through all of the features once again. So you would start with your pools. We've got all these are connected by water, all of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he would go up to 37. Then fishes, any player can choose whatever color fish they want. I've only got a red and a black fish now with the way I'm set up, so I would specifically want to choose to go with the black fish. Why not? 1 point. Then I go by lily ponds and greatest group by area where they connect. And unfortunately, I've removed most of the lily ponds, so I've only got 2, but this is a second level one, so that would be 3 points total. And then that would be it for his. So he finishes the game with 41 points on this one. This one here, we go through the same thing. Pools, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. So from 14 to 25, right off the bat. Fish, he can choose the color he wants. He's got 2 white, 2 red, so we'll just go with the white. Go 2. But this is on the 3rd floor, so it's actually worth 2 more points, I forgot. And then lily pads by combination, by grouping. We don't have a lily pad up here, so there's only 3, so it's less. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 additional points. Yeah. So unfortunately, the game ends up a little bit closer. You do see it, pull that so you can see it better. 34 to 41, but we did end it a little early, just so you kind of get an idea. But it's an incredibly fun game. It's really cute. I do like the design, all the tokens, the pieces. Even the little player token board that you move around for turn selection, it's raised. It's all really cool. But hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you guys pick this up for your collection as well. We will see you guys next time. Bye.